Hi everyone, welcome back to Crochet Rocks. It's Tracy, and in this video I'm going to review and show you some swatches made with this yarn here that I got from a store in the UK called Home Bargains. Now these come in packs of 3, so they're 150 grams all together, so they come like this. And they used to be £1.50 for 3, but I've got a feeling they're £1.99 now. A lot of these little shops put up their prices. So I need to move that one out of the way a second, because these are the 4 that I'm reviewing. Now, this one is my favourite one out of all of these. I do like this one as well, and this one. But it reminded me of a yarn that I used before. I know it's nothing really at all like it, but the fact that it's pastel and variegated, it kind of reminded me of when I made the circle in the sand blanket using this Robin paint box, which is very, very hard to get hold of now. So this one is very, very nice anyway, but it's more pastel, and I know it doesn't look exactly like it, but it's very unusual to find a pastel kind of variegated yarn like that. So I'm just going to move these slightly out of the way, and this is the one that I am starting with. So it's called Crafty Things Spot Yarn, and as you can see, it's got these nice little kind of spots in it, and they don't give you any dimensions, just 100% acrylic yarn, and it's double knitting. It's not the fattest DK. I've found that recently DK 3-weight yarns seem to be getting a bit thinner. So the first swatch I made was with a UK double crochet, which is a single crochet in the US, and that shows how it works up. It's nice and soft, and it works up quite well with these little flecks. So that's how it works with a US single or UK double. So the next swatch I always do is a half treble, which is a half double in the US, and I always seem to like this swatch the best. I don't know why. It is one of my most favourite stitches, but I think as well it does look quite nice in both of these. But I just like the way it works up with these tighter stitches. So that's a half treble or a half double in the US. I also do a swatch doing a UK treble, which is a double crochet in the US, and that's how it works up. As people who are regulars to my channel will know, it's not my favourite stitch to do row after row of. I've never been very keen on that, but that's how it works up using the bigger stitch. So I've also been trying it now to do a granny square with my swatches, and this is how it works up as a granny that is a solid, just this particular colour scheme. Sorry about that, I had an interruption. So yes, that's what it would look like if it was just a granny square of this particular yarn. But obviously I quite like these yarns with a solid colour with them, so I would pick out maybe this kind of deeper colour to go with that. I think that would look quite nice. You could also pick out this, but what I like about this one is that there are quite a variety of different colours, because you've got this one here which is almost a rose, and then you've got this one which is deeper, and then you've got this dark purple. So there are quite a few colours in there, and it is possible that there are 2 purples. Well, where it fades, I like that one anyway. And that's the swatches for this particular one. So they also do, this is a striping, so it's just says printed yarn, but it's obviously more of a striping. Now this is a very darkish kind of colour scheme, so they've got some beiges, but out of the 2, this is the darker one. So I'll do the same again with this particular yarn, and I quite like the way that this works up. Again, this is the UK double crochet, which is a single in the US, but it reminds me of kind of an animal print. When I look at it, it reminds me of like I don't know, just a stripy kind of animal print. And this is with the half treble or half double in the US. And I do really like the way it doesn't sort of show so much on camera, but it kind of squiggles a little bit. I like it. It does remind me of, I did have some James C. Brett Flutterby, which obviously is a chunky, but when it worked up, it looked just like this. It was kind of animal prints. I've still got some somewhere. And this is the row after row of UK trebles, which is US double crochet. It does have a lot more drape to it, but you know, it's not my favourite stitch, as you all know. And I did the granny in this one as well. So I'm kind of wondering, when I've done all of these, this is my third one now doing swatches. I just wonder what I'm going to do with all these swatches, whether I'll incorporate them into a huge blanket or something. So just to let you know that with this, I used a 4mm crochet hook, and I got one of these out of mothballs. I was going to review them one day, but I never got around to it. So this one is another striping, but it's the more lighter coloured of the two, which I do actually like the look of. But when it worked up, I did like the animal, the way it looked like an animal print of this one. But this one, here we go. This is the UK double, which is a single crochet. And you can see those, it always curls for me when I do this particular stitch. It's not that I do it that tight either. It doesn't seem to matter if I do it really loose, it still curls. But I like this. I like the way it pops with the light colour. I won't say it's white. I think it's just a very, very light beige or a cream. And then we don't get the same effect of the curling when I do the half doubles or half trebles in the UK. But I like it. I like this zigzagging. Quite like that pattern. I like the way it works up. And then the UK treble, US double crochets, and the granny. Here we go with the granny square. I find these ones, they kind of look a little bit more random, if you know what I mean, than the spot yarns. Obviously these are kind of more random. So I think having a solid colour mixed with these is a better way to go. So with the last one, which is my favourite one of all, it is another one of these striping, but this is by far my favourite. And I did something different. I did the same swatches, but I had an extra one. And this is obviously the small stitch, which is the UK double or US single crochet. And I think it's really pretty. I like this one. And there's the half treble, half double. And you can see the pattern. It's on them all, but it didn't photograph so well with the zigzagging. And it does kind of look like an animal print, even though you don't get pastel variegated animals. And this one with the row after row of trebles, which obviously are double crochet in the US, and the granny square, which, you know, is very pretty, but again, I would like it with more of a solid colour around it, or maybe a centre like this and then a solid colour. But that's that one. And then I decided to make a round. And the reason I did that was because when I said it reminded me of when I used this, I used this to make the circle of a square that I called the circle in the sand. And I will put a link to that at the end. And you could easily do that with this. Obviously, the circle in the sand wasn't like this. It had kind of chains in the middle of some of it. It was a little bit different. But I wanted to do a circle. So you would see, if you wanted to make a hat with this, for instance, what it would come up like. I mean, obviously it's not a hat, but it's the start. So there, just wanted to show you how that worked up as a circle, as a round. So that's my review then of all of these yarns from Home Bargains and the packs of 3. These are the only colours, and well, I think there were a few other on the spot yarns, a few different colours, but they weren't ones that I really thought I'd use. I did like this one and these stripings, so I decided to give them a try. So these are all of the swatches that I've made. They're all the same. The softness is fine. I won't say it's the softest yarn. Now this one is lovely and soft. This one's not too much different. It's a slight amount. So yes, I did use this for a baby blanket. So I guess you could. It's not rough. And of course, once you've washed it, it would soften up a little bit more. So yeah, I think you could use it for a baby. Wouldn't feel rough in the slightest. But I've been quite pleased with these. I thought at first, when I first started working with them, I weren't keen on these two. But I really was quite pleasantly surprised of how they kind of worked up with this sort of animal-like vibe. So that's this yarn with a 4mm crochet hook. I don't know why this one always tends to curl, but it does, not how loose I do it. It's kind of strange. But yeah. So let me know what you think of this yarn. It's actually a really good value. It was better value, obviously, but a lot of them have put up their prices, and I don't mean just Home Bargains. The only one that hasn't put up prices is Poundland. B&M have put up their prices, and I'm not sure about Pound Stretcher yet. I haven't been in there. But quite a few of them have put up their prices by about 50p on their packs. As I said, this was £1.50 and it's now £1.99, which is £2. I don't deal with 99 upside down. But there you go. They come in this 3-pack. They are nice. See what the washing instructions. Probably easier to look at one that's not in the cellophane. So there we go. 40 degrees. Warm wash. It's shiny. Cold rinse. Short spin. So not bad at all. So thank you for watching. Stay safe, everyone. Take care. And I'll see you on the next review. Thank you. Bye-bye for now.